channel. Today, we're diving into the ancient wisdom of Thirumoolar, a legendary Tamil Siddhar and mystic yogi, whose teachings on breathing and inner transformation remain deeply relevant even in our modern world. Thirumoolar is best known for his magnum opus, the Thirumanthiram, a collection of over 3,000 verses blending philosophy, yoga, Siddha medicine, tantra, and spiritual insight. Among its many teachings, one of the most profound and practical is his emphasis on the power of breathing, conscious, controlled breathing, as the gateway to health, longevity, and enlightenment. For Thirumoolar, breath was not merely a biological function. He saw it as a sacred bridge between the body and the spirit. According to his teachings, the human breath holds the key to unlocking divine consciousness. He said, if the breath is steady, the mind is steady. If the breath is disturbed, so is the mind. This foundational idea mirrors what we now understand in modern science about the connection between breath, stress levels, and mental clarity. But Thirumoolar knew this centuries ago. In the Thirumanthiram, he repeatedly talks about pranayama, the practice of breath control. But his approach goes deeper than just inhaling and exhaling. He emphasized specific techniques for preserving life energy or prana within the body. Thirumoolar taught that by mastering the breath, one could delay aging, awaken the Kundalini energy, and eventually reach a state of samadhi, or union with the divine. One of the most striking things he said was this: by controlling the breath to 21,600 times a day, the body becomes divine. Why 21,600? Because Thirumoolar calculated that a healthy person breathes approximately 21,600 times in a day. He taught that if every breath could be made conscious and sacred, then the entire life would be transformed into a spiritual practice. He also introduced the concept of Siddha Pranayama, a more advanced form of breath control that includes breath retention or kumbhaka. According to him, when breath is retained between inhalation and exhalation, the mind becomes still, and divine awareness shines through. This is when the true inner work begins. Thirumoolar even mentioned that this stillness can prolong life and grant one the wisdom of the ages. He didn't just speak about breath in isolation. For Thirumoolar, the breath was linked with mantra, especially the sacred syllables of Om and Shivaya. He recommended synchronizing breath with mantra repetition, particularly the Panchakshara mantra, Nama Shivaya. Inhaling while chanting Nama, and exhaling with Shivaya. This practice not only purifies the mind but also energizes the subtle body, aligning it with divine frequencies. Another key insight he offered was the importance of nasal breathing. Mouth breathing, he said, drains life energy and scatters the mind. But nasal breathing refines the prana, focusing and directing it upward through the Sushumna Nadi, the central energy channel in the spine. This process prepares the seeker for Kundalini awakening. Thirumoolar's breathing practices were never just about physical health. They were a means to realize the eternal soul. He emphasized that by breathing mindfully and meditating regularly, one could transcend karma, conquer desire, and merge with the infinite. What's amazing is that Thirumoolar's ideas resonate with many modern mindfulness and yogic practices. Scientists today confirm that slow, controlled breathing balances the nervous system, calms the brain, and even promotes cell regeneration. But thousands of years ago, this Siddhar had already laid out a complete map of the body, the breath, and the soul. In summary, Thirumoolar's breathing practices are a sacred science. They teach us that every breath we take is an opportunity to turn inward, to transform ourselves, and to connect with the divine. In his words, control the breath, still the mind, realize the self. Thanks for watching. If you're inspired to explore more about Thirumoolar, Siddha Yoga, or ancient breathing techniques, be sure to subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you'd like us to cover next.